Okay.
All right, so um, whenever you go out on a tour, all right, you're the guide. There's a very few things that, couple of things that you actually need to understand. For example, you yourself as the tour guide, you are the most important person in the group. Absolutely.
Mhm.
All right. The tourist is the most important part of the tour. Okay, it's the most important, valuable asset of the tour. Okay, and we always need to take care of that tour, of the tourist. But we as persons, hello, you are Tony. Okay, if you can come with us, if you like. Yeah, of course. Good morning. Good morning. Your name is? Gustavo. Nice to meet you. You can come with us if you like. All right. So, as I was telling you, you as the tour guide are absolutely the most important person of the group. Okay? Your safety is above everybody else. All right? Always remember that. And because of that, you need to take care of yourself from the elements. Hello. Good morning. You are? Hello, Captain. All right? So, for example, sunglasses, sun hats. Anybody?
No.
No? Nothing? All right. Sunglasses, sun hat? Okay. If you had seen my email, it said mandatory.
Oh.
So if you were my tourist, I wouldn't let you come with me. Because it's absolutely important that nobody puts at risk the whole group. I already have my sunglasses. I don't have a sun hat because it's still very early in the morning. It's not going to be that bad. All right? But if I'm going to ask mandatory, obligatory things from my tourists, I have to make sure that they actually come with it. Because for some reason, I made them mandatory. All right? So you guys got to be careful with it. Other than that, you always need to carry around a backpack. And it's got to be a backpack. It can't be a riñonera, it can't be a purse, it can't be a tote bag, and it definitely, most definitely cannot be one of those like backpacks that they call them, that it has like a couple of strings, and they're very flimsy. They're like bags. This is like
No,
a plastic bag with one of those.
Yeah, morral.
Moral.
Yes, like a morral.
Okay.
All right, those definitely not. They are awful for your shoulders. They're awful for your back. They can't carry strap. So no, never one of those. All right, always has to be a backpack. In your backpack, you should always have water with you. If you're in an urban area, half a liter, 1 liter of water is enough. There's always going to be places where you can actually buy more water. So don't worry about it. If you're going to be in rural areas or up in the mountains, you should always consider at least 2 liters per person per day. Okay? But for urban areas, half a liter, 1 liter, that's fine. Other than that, in your backpack, you should always have somewhere where to write. And pen. Hello. You are? Adila. All right, thank you. Somewhere where to write. Pen. More pen. And that's it. I don't have any more pens. Alright? But what I'm getting at is multiple pens or pencils. Okay? You don't know when you might need it, when somebody else might need it, so you can lend it, perhaps one breaks down, whatever. But you should always have somewhere where to write, pen and paper. You should always have also with you
Sounds good.
a snack.
That's not.
Alright? Again, there's always going to be, in the city, there's always going to be places where you can actually buy something else. But just to make sure, you got to get yourself a snack, something to bite on, something to chew on. Alright? Fatigue is crazy. Alright? Fatigue and dehydration are your 2 worst enemies that you can possibly have. They're silent, they're deadly, they're crappy. Alright? You should always also have a first aid kit. All right. In the pharmacies, they sell them already made up, and they're not that expensive. But you can also make yourself one a first aid kit. During class, I will show you what are the basic necessities for first aid and what you should always carry around in your first aid kit. But you should always have it. And gloves. Surgical gloves inside a Ziploc bag. Okay? Again, in class we'll go over why you need them. Alright? And why it's important to carry it with you. What else do I have here? Oh, I have tissues. I have a book. And that's it. Those are the basic things that every tour guide should always have in their backpack.
Okay.
Okay? Again, backpack. Not Rigonetas, not purses, not tote bag. Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, morral.
Not one of those. Yeah. But
Okay.
it's alright, you're a tourist. You're not a tour guide for today, so don't worry about it. Just make sure that when you actually are a tourist, you get a backpack. Alright? Because those are the worst things that you can have. They're very horrible on your shoulders because of the strings. They're even more horrible on your lower back. They don't carry a lot. Okay?
Yeah.
So, again, as a tourist, doesn't matter. Just make sure that when you're actually a tour guide, you get a backpack. Alright? They're very simple backpacks. That one's alright. They're even smaller backpacks. Okay? They're like, that's about a 12 to 15 liter backpack. Alright? There are even smaller ones which are like 10-liter backpacks that carry exactly what I just told you, and they're very comfortable to wear. Alright? If you need any recommendations for cheap Decathlon, which is popping up everywhere right now, they have really cheap and medium quality things. Alright? They're not the best, but if you're not going to use them every single day, then yeah, it'll do. And they're very cheap. They cost like 4 lucas.
Oh.
Una mochila de 10 litros. Es ridículo. Alright, anyways. Alright, so backpack, comfortable shoes. Alright, sunblock. I already applied sunblock. Plus, the clothing that I'm wearing is UV protected.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's also something that you guys might try to invest. Now, in an urban area, in an urban set, alright, you can be just as comfortable as you like. You can even wear jeans, it wouldn't matter that much. Alright, I just wear this attire because it's very comfortable for me. It's protective against ultraviolet light from the sun. It's also it's breathable. It's very comfortable for me. If I sweat, it evaporates almost immediately. So it's good clothing. It's expensive clothing. So if you guys think that you want to get into this like permanently, I suggest that you save up a little money and invest it. Because these clothing, they don't look like very poor. I mean, they don't look like very used. But actually, I've been using them for about 7 years.
Oh.
Almost every weekend. All right? And they don't look so used. It doesn't look brand new, but they don't look that used. That's an important thing when you're trying to invest on equipment on yourself. All right? So be careful with that. Oh, please, share with your classmates how did you feel when the tour guide wasn't here up until 9 o'clock?
Yeah, you were saying that you text the tour guide,
Yes.
and he just left.
He sent me the visto.
Yeah, he sent the visto, and we felt very bad because we didn't know if he was coming or not, what was gonna happen, if it was the two of us. We didn't know anything.
All right. I've been here since 8:30. I was sitting right there,
We didn't know it was him.
but they didn't notice it, or they didn't know that it was me. I didn't approach them until it was about 3 minutes till 9 o'clock. All right. And Gonzalo wrote to me, and I didn't answer back, but I did see his message. All right. Why did I do that? Because I wanted them to feel the nervousness that you get when you don't know what's going on, when you have no information. Now, imagine that as tourists in a city that they don't know, in a country that they don't know, perhaps in a country where they don't have the same language. All right? So that nervousness multiplied by 100. Okay? So that's very important. That was very important for you guys to feel. So, and I also told them that whenever it is that you have like a list of tourists, you know that you have 10 tourists coming, but you only have 2 here, you still got to start on time. You said at 9, you have to start on time. Now, what do? Is that the introduction that you give, you stretch it out. You give a long introduction. That way they feel that the tour still started and I'm respecting their time but I am also giving everybody that I know that should be coming, I'm giving them an extra 5 to 7 minutes or whatever. All right? So that's what we're taking. All right, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go into my tour guide phase. All right? We're going to start the tour, and then once in a while when we stop, I'm going to go back into teacher mode. All right? So you guys can see a little bit of both. Do you guys have any questions up to now?
Until now, no.
Huh?
No.
You good?
No.
Okay. All right, let's go. All right, so good morning, everybody. How are you all doing?
Good.
Fine.
Doing great?
Yes.
You have a good breakfast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm really glad you guys are here. Thank you very much for coming. My name is Felipe Abarca, and I will be your guide for today. Okay? We're going to have a great time. We're going to walk a little bit around the streets of Providencia, learn a little bit about the history of Providencia, some interesting facts that perhaps you didn't know, and perhaps many people don't know, actually. I got a ton of them. They're very fun. But first of all, I'd like to know your name. Please, sir, what is your name?
Gonzalo Basaure.
Gonzalo.
Dominique.
Dominique. Constance. Gustavo. Catherine. Matilda. Catherine. Gustavo. Constanza. Dominique. Gonzalo. I got it right?
Yes.
All right, 10 points for me then. Thank you. All right, so we're going to have a great time today. I would like to ask of you, Olga, that in the context that we are right now, please maintain your face mask on all the time, except that when you like to drink some water. All right, that's a perfect example of when to take it off. All right, it's perfect known. Do you all have water with you?
Yes.
Okay, good. If not, there's still going to be some places where we can stop and glass of water. Don't worry about it. Okay? Today's tour, it will be around an hour and 15 minutes, more or less. Okay? And we will end up here at the end. If you guys have any questions at any moment, just please raise your hand. Call me Phil, Philip, Felipe, whatever you like to do. Mr. Tour Guide, if you forget your name, that's all right. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay? So, before we start, I would like to ask you, do you guys know where we are?
No.
No? Have you ever seen this building?
No, never.
Oh, well, interesting, though. Then I have a lot to tell you guys. It's very interesting. This building, right now, it holds a schooling faculty, DUOC. It's a type of university, it's like a professional institute, all right? But they, it's a schooling faculty, but it wasn't always DUOC. Okay? This building started out as another type of school. It wasn't always DUOC. And let's come with me. You guys see that?
Yes.
DS. DS.
You don't see that? That's a D and an S. DS. What do you think it stands for?
Disney? No, I don't know.
Disney?
I don't know.
All right, good. Hey, Disney Plus in a couple of more weeks.
Daniel Soto.
Daniel Soto. All right. Anybody else? What do you guys think? DS. We got Disney. We got
Doctrina social.
Delfina?
Doctrina social.
Doctrina social. Wow, that's actually kind of interesting. But I'll let you know why. DS actually stands for Deutsche Schule, which means German school, la escuela alemana. Chile has been blessed by a lot of types of immigrants.
Uh-huh.
All through the beginning of the history of Chile, we've had a lot of immigrants. People here in Chile actually know that German and Swiss culture is more dedicated or concentrated in the south of Chile. Región del Biobío, Araucanía region, Los Lagos region, Los Ríos region. All right? We have a lot of German influence over there. But other than just great quiche and kuchens and strudel that they have given us, they have also been very grateful for the Chilean community, and the German community specifically has given us Chileans many gifts. One of the most important ones, is the Fuente Alemana. Have you guys ever been there?
Nope.
No? Well, the Fuente Alemana, not the restaurant, but the actual water fountain. Okay, so there's two things. There's a restaurant called the Fuente Alemana, not that
Oh,
one.
okay.
And there's an actual water fountain. All right. Did you guys think I was talking about the restaurant?
Yeah.
It usually happens. Now, there's an actual water fountain called La Fuente Alemana that is located in Parque Forestal. Hopefully, you might want to take another tour with us where we can actually show you Parque Forestal. That would be really appreciated, and I'm sure it will be a really fun tour as well. This Fuente Alemana was given by the German community to the Chilean people for its 100 years anniversary of Chile.
Mhm.
But not only beautiful fountains and great sandwiches and great desserts, they have also given us the possibility for new and improved schooling methods and schooling houses. This was the original Escuela Alemana Deutsche Schule, built back in the 1930s. In the beginning, only German descendants could actually come to the German school, and everything that they taught here was in German, it wasn't in Spanish. But then in the 1950s, they opened it up to the whole community and became a very important school here in Santiago for children before going on to college. All right. Then in the 1980s, this school, the Deutsche Schule, it was transferred up to, I think it's now Las Condes or Vitacura, I'm not really sure. But the building that stays here, it was donated to the Universidad Católica. The Universidad Católica then made it the sede central for its department, its university department of Obrero Constructor. I don't know how to translate that. But it made it into DUOC.
Oh, that's what Duoc is.
Departamento Universitario Obrero Constructor.
Oh, sorry.
It was a special school from the Universidad Católica where you can come and learn some trades and crafts
Mhm.
para aprender oficios. Para aprender oficios como la construcción, la mecánica, etc. That's where DUOC comes from. And it made it its central faculty. It is still today the central faculty of DUOC. And now you know where this building comes from. If you guys ever been inside, north wing, south wing, the north wing and the south wing, there are two staircases that go up to the third floor. Those are the original staircases from the school. Everything is the original. The steps, the verandas, the balconies, everything is the original. Right? As long with the facade. All of this zone has been declared zona típica. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to our main destination, which is the Población William Newton. Alright? Okay, now back to you. Alright, so that was a proper introduction. I gave safety measures, I presented myself, I learned a little bit about you, I know your name. Right? I also did an interaction with you. I showed you our first heritage site, but I interacted with you. I showed you the CS, I asked you what it was, then I asked you who had been to Fuente Alemana, etc. You see, I'm constantly acting with you. Okay? It's not just me out here giving a speech. It's me conversing with you. Okay? That is something that you always have to do. Also, if you notice, I promoted another tour.
Yeah.
You see? That's also important. Alright? Whether I'm working with a company that has multiple tours and I'm promoting them, or I'm just working by myself.
Yeah.
Okay? I have to promote myself. I have to do that actively so that I can have more work.
Mhm.
basically,
Yeah.
right? But it doesn't feel like such a promotion. Okay? It's just part of the conversation going around. I also gave you a little bit of the tour by telling you what this fountain is, but I didn't show it to you. So you're more interested in actually finding
Yeah.
out what the hell it is.
Yeah.
So you see, I'm actively promoting. All right. What else did I do in the introduction? Yeah, that's it. All right. So now I'm going back to tour guide, and we're going to start working. Okay. So now we're going to start walking, and we're going to walk towards the Población William Newton. If you can please follow me, we're going to walk over to the street light, and we're going to wait for the green to cross over. Okay? Come with me. Alright, where are you girls from? Where are you girls from? Oh, you're a Florida. But United States forever? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How are the elections going? You don't know? Oh, that's all right. Biden's winning? Oh, good. That's okay. We had recently an election here in Philly as well. We elected if we wanted a new constitution or not. You know that?
Yes.
Good. Now, we're making our way out to the street light and we're going to cross this street right here, which is called Antonio Varas. Antonio Varas was a big politician back in the day. Never became president, but he was a very big politician in Chile. He did a lot, especially for schools in the south. It is crossed by, it is perpendicular by a street called Eliodoro Yañez. Also a great statistician back in the days in Chile. We have a green light now, so we're going to cross over. Oh, go ahead. Have any of you had any schools over in Santiago?
No,
Oh,
never.
it's your first time? Right. And I'm honored to be your first student. Okay, you got a green now. You want to walk over here, please?
Que no lo puedo grabar de atrás porque...
So now we're going to start walking into the población William Noon. Has anybody ever heard of that población?
No.
No.
Yeah, I hope you find it very interesting because remember that name, William. Go on ahead. Perfect. All right then. Okay, so back to teacher. How many times have I counted you?
Not that we realized about it.
3 times? All right, when?
I think one. When you walk behind me.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. When did you?
The 2 times when we crossed the street.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And now.
All right, now the 2 times when I crossed the street and when we started.
Okay.
All right. You guys picked that up with experience. Nothing but experience. You can't learn it like through a class. Just experience will teach you on how to count groups of people quickly without them noticing.
Mhm.
All right. If the tourists notice a lot that you're actually counting them, they start to get a little nervous. They don't understand why, especially if you haven't told them that you're counting them.
Yeah.
All right. So it's better when they don't actually notice. But you should always have in mind, how many tourists do I have? How many tourists should I have? Am I missing any of them? Why do I have more people? All right, all of those things. When you walk around the corner, all right, what I did is that I stood on the corner and I told the girls in the beginning to please meet us at a point. Why do I do that? Because that way I'm always looking at my tourists. The tourists that already rounded the corner and the tourists that I have behind. And all of the tourists can actually keep looking on me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I never lose sight of you guys never lose sight of me. That's very important, again, to make them feel comfortable and safe. When I cross the street before, but I stand in the middle, making sure that everybody crosses safely, and then I push you all to the other side. Okay? When you're working as a tour guide, my recommendation is that in the beginning, never do it alone. Okay? If you're going to be working with a company, you're most likely not going to be working alone. They're going to send you with somebody else to teach you the ropes or whatever. All right? But if you want to do it on your own, to just like take some friends and families out for tours or just get a little bit of practice. Never do it on your own. Why? Because in the beginning you have so many things going around in your head that you might lose somebody, or that you might get backtracked, or you might get nervous or whatever. So always have somebody with you that can actually be your partner, your buddy. All right, that can help you with these things. They can help you interacting with the tourists. They can help you keeping count of everybody, making sure nobody gets left behind or whatever. All right, so try to make sure that when you're starting out, always do it with somebody else. Okay, now this place in particular, right now, it might be comfortable, but it's actually a very bad place to stand. Why?
Because there's people coming?
Exactly. It's a spread. It's not wide enough for everybody, okay? And we might block the passageway of people walking here. Now, fortunately for us, there's nobody walking here, so you can still use it, okay? For that type of thing, you can use your criteria a little bit more on where to actually stand or how to pick a place, all right? If you know the street because you've been there 100 times, and you know that nobody walks here on a Saturday morning, then it's all right. But if you know that it's a very highly transported place, don't choose it as a stopping point. Okay? Then, also, all the while I've been building up to the Población William Nun. I told you where we were going. When we were halfway across the street, I told you that we're coming up into it, but I still haven't given you any actual fact about the Población. I haven't even told you where we're going. Physically going, like 2 more blocks, like an hour away, or we're just around the corner. But I've been telling you, this generates expectation, this generates interest. You guys are actually now interested in what the hell is Población William Nun? Why does he keep mentioning it?
Yeah.
All right, why did he tell us to remember that name, William? Okay? That's a good way of not giving any information out, but you're still maintaining a conversation, and you're getting them interested in what you're actually going to say. Okay, that is also you have to pick up with experience, right? What to do, how to anticipate, or not how to anticipate, but how to keep your tourists interested without actually giving them everything that you want to tell them. This is a very common mistake among new tour guides, okay? Because they get so excited about what they want to tell the tourists that they start giving out information before they actually get to the site. And then when they are at the attraction, they already gave out all the information and they don't have anything else to talk about. Okay? So you gotta be careful with that.
There's a bird.
Yes, it's a chincol. I'm sorry. I like it. Okay. So that is actually a very common mistake among new tour guides. Okay? You have to make sure you know when to actually give out your story, when to give out your important information. Okay? How do you do that? Well, that's why it's so important, the second phase of a tour guide. Remember when we saw the phases, where there were like 1, 2, 3, and 4? The second phase, it was all about checking out where you're actually going to go. All right, doing that test drive we talked about. Now, for your Valparaiso tours, that's going to actually be very hard, because I don't expect you guys to actually go to Valparaiso before we actually have the evaluation. If you can, please go ahead. It's great fun. You go with your group, you have a blast, and you get to practice a little bit. All right. But if you can't, what we're going to do for the next couple of weeks is that I'm going to meet up with every group on one-on-one and take a look at the route, and we're going to use Google Maps, Street View specifically. Okay, I've used it in the past. It works just as great. Not just as great. It works great. It's only going to be better if you actually can go there and see it. But it works very fine anyway. Okay. It won't get you like the real feeling of how long it takes you to walk from one place to another, but you can actually understand and get a better understanding of when to speak about what, how to choose your places to stop or whatever. Plus, I'm going to be there with you, giving you advices. No, this place is very much has a lot of traffic, or this place is actually closed if this is an old picture or whatever. All right, so we're going to work on that together via street. All right. Good. You guys have any questions up until now?
If that's always my question. If, for example, I am right here, and me or someone needs to go to the bathroom, what do I do?
All right, that's an excellent question, and you should always know where you could actually go to bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What I should have done in the beginning in Duoc is ask you if anybody needed to go to the bathroom, so they could actually go there.
Mm-hmm.
Because on the small route that we're going to do, we're not going to go very far away, right? But in the small route that we're going, there are no actual stores or restaurants with bathrooms or cafes. Why? Do you need to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, but I can wait.
Okay.
No, but it always happens, so I'm used to it.
All right. You sure we're not going to give
No.
you kidney
No,
problems? Nothing?
No.
All right, good. But it's actually a really good question. Thank you. All right. Yes. Bathroom situation. Try to make sure that everybody goes to the bathroom before. It's still, if you're working with adults, all right, you shouldn't have that much of a problem with them, because I don't know, a grown adult should know that if you're going to an activity, you go to the bathroom before.
Yeah.
All right, and try not to forget and then have to go in the middle of the activity. All right. If you're working with little children, then that's tough. Yes, you should always have a bathroom contingency plan. Okay? All right, good. So I'm going back to my tour guide, but just for a second. All right, so from here on, this is the street. This is the street. This is the sidewalk. We're going to cross the street, and from here on out is the Población William Mills. So come on, let's go say hi. Here, if you could please come this way. Thank you. Oh, you can fan out, or is there you're all right. Okay, good. All right, back to teacher. I did two wrong things. What did I do?
You walked first and didn't see if we were coming?
Good. What else?
You cross in the middle of the street.
Thanks.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I crossed right in the middle of the street. When just a couple of meters more there on the corner, we have the crosswalk, the crossway. You see, we have the Paso Seguro right there, but I still crossed in the middle of the street. That also is up to your criteria. If you know the street, if the street is only one-way street, if you can see like a kilometer away that nothing is coming, and it's like very nice and quiet, then that's not big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Still, try not to do it. Okay? You could have just crossed right